I'm also a barber, but I don't be cutting no hair for real. I'm also a loctician. But these are stitch braids. It's a blessing to be able to work with a company that is all natural, a company that is formulated by us, but for everybody. It works with all different hair types and textures. Hence, you saw me display my first model. This is my second. So yeah, we're gonna do some fun couture braids, showing you some cute styles, giving you some techniques. Feel free to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We love to educate. If you don't know much about PureO, we are all natural, eco-based brand that has no alcohol, no sulfates, no parabens. So everything in our products is meant to not only strengthen your hair, but help grow it and provide nourishment as well, okay? So first, what I have for her, I started 4 braids, 4 stitch braids. I'm adding in some extensions. Yeah. I am a freehand braider, so I don't use any combs. I stitch with my pinkies only, and yes, they are my real nails. I'm gonna come closer so you can see. They are my own.
Only if mine could grow like that.
Yes. What's up, Ash?
What's up, baby? How you doing? Hello, guys. How are you guys? How is Orlando? My name is Ash. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I do braids and I do locks. Woo! Fort Lauderdale. How y'all doing? Welcome. So I do braids and I do locks. I'm based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My name is Ash. I'm Dash Studios. Today we're gonna be doing butterfly braids. So I started off a demo. I braided her hair down, and then I crocheted the braiding here through her braid. Little pieces, just small pieces by small pieces. And I went through. I left a little bit so you can see me crochet it through, and then I'm gonna braid it down on this side. So I butterflied it all the way. I braided it down, and then I just poofed them out to get the butterfly effect all the way down. Rapunzel, real Rapunzel.
Okay, period. We love that. So as you guys can see, we on the same page with the same color scheme. We didn't even know we was gonna bring in this much fire, right?
Yes.
But we're so organically like together.
Yeah,
okay, so back of her hair, you guys can't see, but I'm gonna have her turn 360 for me, sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna do like 2 hearts in the back, similar to what Jilly has out in the audience, just so I can give her some like razzle dazzle for the show. So what I like to do is start my 4 sections. So she has a zigzag part to match the front. And so I'm going to do 4 sections, and for that, I'm going to connect it over. So the heart is going to start from here, it's going to go down and come back up around. So I take my 4 sections and section them out like that. So really it's 2 braids, you know. So I'll start here, and then I'll part diagonal. So for people who ask, how do you get the heart so perfect? You almost want to part like you're going to draw a heart on a piece of paper. Does that make sense? So you're going to part it out. Just like that. See how I'm kind of like curving it so the heart can take form. And she got an undercut too, so we're not braiding all the way down, but I want to make sure my sections are even to be able to connect it. The product I'm using today is our Neat Braid Condition and Shine Gel. This is an amazing product. It's our #1 selling product. This product is water-based, also enriched with olive oil, biotin vitamin E oil. So not only do those products help strengthen your hair, but also provide nourishment and moisture. So I'm going to take a little bit of the product. I like to use the back of my comb so I can stay nice and hands-free. And when I apply the product to the hair, so I already put a little bit on the part, I like to like baste it, almost as if I'm doing a relaxer. So normally I would have on a band. Have you guys seen us use the bands out in the audience? So normally I would have on that, but if I don't, I just kind of like
I got you.
Put it on the back.
I got you.
Thank you. We love a good system.
Yo, listen, that slap wrist, it saved lives. It literally saved lives. It does.
All right, so I put the rest of the product on the band. And notice how little I'm using. I want y'all to really see and learn like product management. People always ask us, did the product turn white? Do it turn white, Ash? Do the gel turn white?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not at all. Not at all. I will never have that problem.
Okay, so I based it right on her scalp, on her roots. And I want to put it on both sides. So this will be my initial curve to my heart. So I'm just placing that product.
As I do want to cut in and say something, do get yourself a slap wrist watch. Just because when you're using gels and whatnot, it does react against your skin. It does, yeah, it's irritating. Well, some of them, not this one because it's all natural product, but it does change the consistency. You know, once heat gets to the product, it changes it. You know, it starts to melt away and start to slip away. So do put that on your wrist so you know you can protect yourself, and also the product doesn't change the consistency as well.
That's very good advice. Very, very good advice. And also, too, although the products are so good, it's all natural. You don't want product to be all everywhere. Because another important thing is because the product is enriched with oil, it does emulsify, which means it turns into oil over time. So to be able to keep clean hands, you just get the band and just put the rest of the product on the band. So
And the neat braid is water soluble, so it just
Yes.
washes right off. You don't have no buildup,
right.
no residue or nothing sticky on top of you. It's actually giving your hands some shine. It
That's
does
right.
nourish your hands and as well. So but I'm gonna jump in. I'm like, as you can see here, I've been continuing with my with my crochet. On this side, I crocheted in. I took small pieces, so don't try and take too many big pieces. If you do big pieces, it'll get bulky and you won't be able to butterfly it properly. So the smaller it is, the more of the butterfly effect that you will see, but you just have to keep, you know, taking small pieces of hair and fluffing it out. And the sloppier it looks, the better it looks, because it gives it more of the butterfly effect.
yeah, it creates that fullness.
Correct.
So I'm starting off with my 3 strands. So the key to getting braids that are consistent from start to finish is to make sure however you start the braid, how you want to finish it. So good tension. Like you want to be very firm with your finger placement, but not too tight because we want to alleviate any form of tension or alopecia, you know, anything that would give her any more stress to her follicles. So I'm going to start braiding right at the top, right where I want that braid to start. I always start with my right pinky first because I'm right-handed. So I'm going to start right here. And anytime I stitch, I'm going to go, you create a straight line. So it's called a stitch braid because it's supposed to emulate that of like a sewing machine. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go back in. Then I want to show you just how I start that stitch braid nice and tight. So very small section in the top because I want it to be very defined, her heart, very pointed. And notice how I'm not gripping on the scalp too much. I'm just creating my base. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to stitch it right into my left fingers. So notice how these fingers are stationary. Take your right finger, stitch it right into your finger, just like that. Okay? Make sure you staying nice and clean. Move the hair out the way. I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. So I love to always slick that hair back up first because remember we put the product on there. And then I'm going to stitch it right into my right hand. And it's the same motion all the way down, okay?
Now, when you're doing these butterfly braids, do make sure the first braid should be nice and tight. Well, not too tight, but make sure it's you know, just make sure it's nice and, you know, firm. Just so your braid over it is gonna hold it. If it's too tight, you won't be able to pass your tool through it to go through it. So do braid loosely. So when you go through it, you're butterflying pieces. How do you know? Just no. Go ahead. You can't. You could do it either way. You could. This one, I'm gonna show you half with braiding it first and then going through it. But I could also show you it as you go through it. You know, because when you're going through it, when you're doing it as you go through, it makes it easier than just braiding it down because now you're gonna have to start from the bottom and then build up and then break it back down just to get that butterfly effect. But if you go through it as you're braiding down, you won't have to go through that problem. Correct.
That was a great question.
And you can actually see your butterfly. You can see your work looking like while you're going through it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. As long as you're still gonna have to go back through it and still, you know, make your little details.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I was wondering, how far down do you go before you start to add the hair?
Okay,
And
so
does it matter of the thickness?
that's a great question. So I like to keep my stitch braids as natural as possible. And so because I She has a great density within her hair already,
This is the
and
only
so most
problem
of the
with this hair.
weave will come towards the end of the braid.
Oh, okay,
Does
so
that
like
make
closer
sense?
down towards the
Closer
bottom.
down towards the bottom.
So a lot of times when you're doing those type of styles, as far as like designs and stuff, you don't really add the weave at the
Yeah,
top.
I don't really add it at the top unless there is damage or the hair is not long enough for me to grip it evenly.
So you would do a whole head with
Yeah.
just stitch braids with no weave until you get towards the
Well,
end.
no, your question was how long do I wait?
Yeah.
So if a person is getting weave in their hair, I'm adding like little pieces at a time. So I'll get to that in a second. But as I start off the braid, like how you can see this where I'm making a curve, her hair is full, it's healthy, it's long, so I don't have to add no hair just yet. So I add it towards the end of the braid, meaning like when I start to connect to this section. Yeah, but there are people who like to get stitch braids with their natural hair, but you got to do what the client needs. Everybody's hair is different. So like I'm gonna turn her back around in the front because this will be a good answer for you. So in the front, I want to see her color. So although she has natural hair, it's healthy. Can you guys see on the side? I want to show the color. So what I do is before I braid, I always add in the hair to the right side. So I'll add a piece about this small, like this thin, because you want the braid to be gradual. You want the braid to have like that natural flow and look. You don't want it to be like too fat or too bulky, especially because you got natural hair. So, and you can see like the thickness in it. So now just imagine if I added like thicker pieces. So in the back, while I'm creating that initial heart, I'm not gonna add no hair to like come around to the other curve. So I'm gonna turn back around so you can see that. That was a great question. So I'm gonna turn you back around. You're doing so great. I appreciate you. Okay. So right in here, I'll show you right before I get back over to the curve. So say right here, you wanted to see some color. So don't mind me, y'all. Sometimes I use my mouth a little bit. So I'll section the hair like in my finger, like this. Can you hold that for me? Thank you. And I'll take the piece small like this.
I'm about to say, well, ooh.
And I'll stick that. It's a micro piece, but it's going to show. So notice how my left hand is waiting. So I'll stitch it into my finger first, and then I'll add the braiding hair right in between my finger like that. But it's got to be a thin size so that the braid is not bulky. Does that make sense? And you're not affecting your stitches. So then I'll come back over to the left side, continue to grab the hair up where I need it. And I'm forming the curve with my hand. So I'll show you again. Let me take some hair from you, darling. Yep, you got that. A little small micro piece. And notice I stitch first. Always stitch first so you can lay the braided hair right on top of the stitch braid. Just like that. And you got to keep the tension nice and firm so you don't lose it. Because once you start adding hair, braided hair can slip. Did that help? Okay.
So I'm just going through this. Oh, Lord. I'm just going through this hair. This kind of hair is a little bit more tangled and matted to get through, but if you do like with human hair and softer hair, it's super easy. Like you just go through with it and whatnot, but you just got to take your time with it. So it's giving me a little trouble, but we're going to get through this.
It's giving you
We
some
gonna get
trouble,
through
girl.
this.
That's how that braiding hair be sometimes. But we a pro, so we know how to work through it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I done curved back around because now I'm like closing.
Yeah. I had you. I did use some before I had got on here, but you said what?
All right, I got my concentration face on. Not only do she got a zigzag part, I'm like curving this heart and making sure it stay perfect. So can you guys like see it forming now? Okay. And I move all the way around the model all the time, even when I'm in the salon. And I'm going slow and steady. The best way to get your braids really nice and even. It's a go slow and steady. You have to take your time. Stitch braids is not one of those services that you want to rush through. And even when you like perfect your technique, you still gotta go slower. Or like not at a like really slow pace, but like steady. So that the braid is always even and nice and neat every time. Would you agree, Ash? Wouldn't you say like you gotta take your time when you do stitch braids, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like stitch days don't take like you're not gonna get through that within an hour, like or
No.
30 minutes. No, that's something that you really gotta take your time with only because stitching is it's a craft. It's a craft.
It is.
And you wanna see everything go through the.
Even doing those detailed
Lord.
butterfly
You said
looks.
what? Yeah, I'm gonna just free braid it and then I'm gonna fluff it out and go back in. But yes, correct. Correct. Well you how do you braid? Correct. Yeah. No, yeah. You have to just French braid it because you're gonna see the. You know how to flip it? You know how to go back and do the. Yeah. But you could probably honestly you could probably still achieve the same style. It's just gonna be yes, correct.
Okay. So I've started to finish up the braid where I'm making that initial heart. And I put some product
Hold
on her
this.
hair to kind of
Hold this
combine it
part.
in, keep it together. I don't like to add any of the product until like later on. Teaches like good product management. So shift your head over. So now I'm gonna cross the part line so I can connect the braid over. Because remember I'm braiding it into a ponytail. So always tell the model what you need or just move them accordingly. And girl, pet peeve. I've been braiding hair so long, but hair being stuck between my fingers like
It's
drives me
it's
crazy.
annoying.
It like
It's
I don't know.
annoying.
I can't shake it.
Hmm.
All right, so as
Especially
I'm
when you need
crossing
to get your
over,
nails done.
same thing, left to right. Very careful, steady hand. But now we in a larger section, and this is where you really want to make sure that you're not rushing it. So sometimes I'll pause for a second, still holding the braid, and kind of like rake the hair in the direction where I'm braiding it. Then use the back of the comb to slick it back up. Notice I haven't added any more product because I'm teaching myself to manage what I've already used. We don't want to be wasteful. So when people ask how long can one jar last, for me, a jar can last me up to like a week and a half. You
Yeah.
know,
Depending on how much braids you
right?
doing
Depending
and
on how much
whatnot.
braids I'm doing.
And all too how much product you're using as well.
Yes, because I don't want to waste it. And I don't want her hair to be caked up. So,
Whoa, there we go.
okay. When I'm braiding, sometimes I say slow and steady does it. Wins the race. And the same
This
thing
hair
on
is
this
giving
side.
me hell.
And I curve the direction back up. And I won't add braiding hair until I get towards the end. Okay, now I'm moving around to the other side. 'Cause I always like to see what I'm doing. I'm
To
on my
step
tippy
back.
toes. I'm on my twinkle toes, y'all. So I can be able to see. So I'm slicking that hair back up. And then I'm going to stitch it right into my finger. Just like that. Making sure I'm watching what I'm doing. And one of the things that I love about the Neat Braid braiding gel is the fact that it has really good slip. So although it's slicking the hair down, it's not tacky, it's not sticky. Her hair is not flaking. It won't turn white. Now, I will tell you this, the importance. You want to make sure you're using this product on a clean canvas at all times because this is a water-based product and water and oil don't mix. So just imagine if the hair is like oily. Once you apply the product, what's going to happen? It will turn
It's
white.
not gonna. It's gonna keep slipping.
It's going to keep slipping.
It's gonna keep
and
slipping.
it will
You're
turn
not
white.
gonna be able to effectively use your product. It's gonna mess up your whole style.
Yep.
You're gonna get upset.
Yeah. So they'll say, I have a lot of people saying, like, I brought the product, but it turned white. And I'm like, well, did she have any oil? Oh, she used leave-in or heat protectant. Yeah, but if you spray either too much or that heat protectant is oil-based, it will turn white. You know. So I'm going to grab some hair now.
About like, depending, because it takes time. Like, say like 175, almost 2. Because it takes time, and not only that, like, you gotta throw through a lot. Especially if you use like human hair, it's smoother. It's much easier. So it all depends on the kind of hair that you're using as well. So, and if you're supplying the hair and whatnot.
I'm gonna add some product to her ends because I don't want her ends sticking out of the braided hair. Her final look will be like more of a bun. But I want to make sure that as I'm braiding it with her natural hair, that I'm adding some of the neat braid so I can slick it back up. And this product retails for $10. You can also do 3 for $25. Mix and match. Try different products that you like.
And you can also use like the lock and twist, for braiding as well, because it has a different consistency, but it all depends on the quality, the texture of the hair as well.
What's your favorite thing about the lock and twist? How can you compare it and let them know what it does with the neat braid?
Well, the lock and twist it's thicker. The neat braid has a much brighter, a heavier shine. So I like the lock and twist, and it's lighter, you know.
Yeah, it's an aloe vera based product.
Yeah.
So it's a little heavier, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll use like the lock and twist sometimes, of course, for a retwist, or if I got clients whose hair is a lot coarser, and I feel like I need a little bit more control.
Yes, definitely the lock and twist.
I'll go in with the lock and twist. But the good thing about it is the products are meant to be used interchangeably. So if you buy one thing and you're like, oh, she mentioned something else, it works the same. You're going to get the same results. Yeah. You can.
Say again, the lock and twist on wet hair, yes.
Yep.
Correct.
You
yes.
absolutely
yes,
can. Yep.
Yep. I actually use, so after they getting their hair washed, I go, oil it down and everything, and then I start with my lock and twist. And the lock and twist, it does hold. There's also, have you ever tried the honey? We have a honey. The honey is really, really nice as well, especially for clients who has like alopecia, any kind of hair issues or whatever. The honey one is really, really nice. It's thicker. It's not as thick as a lock and twist. Yes. Gel. Yeah. And it's softer. You can also cocktail your products as well to give it a, like, however it works with different clients. So you could cocktail them as well. They work well together. There's different brands. There's butters for hydration and moisture. There's the honey for clients who has, different scalp issues. So we have everything for everyone, and it works pretty well. You're welcome, babes.
All right, so I'm going to finish my heart on the other side, following the same direction as I did for the heart on the right side. And I like to take my time and make sure my curves is right. I love to use the neat braid to help me define the part, so I'll take a little bit on my finger, and then I'll lay it on her scalp, and then I'll part right over it. So same thing I did on the other side, I'm going to do the side. Keep your head down, baby. Yeah. And then I'm going to use the product to slick this hair in the direction that I want it to go. So I'm angling up. So same thing, using the back of the comb. I'll apply the product, and then I kind of use the comb to like rake it in. So I'm kind of like pushing it and creating a mold every time I apply product. And I'm just working with what's on my comb because this teaches product management. It's really, 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 really beneficial to learn. Okay.
I should have
What you
started
doing,
from the bottom.
Ash? Ash, what you doing, girl?
You said what?
I said, what you doing,
Oh,
girl?
I'm over here doing. I'm sorry. I'm already in my zone. So I already braided it down. I'm about to fluff out her braid so you can get more butterfly effect. But I'm starting from the bottom to the going back up top. Only because this is the only issue when you're doing it, when you're running into, when you braid it down, you have to start from bottom up because the more you pull from the top, it's going to get tight. So you're not going to have no space to move to fluff it up. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way back up. And it gives you that more butterfly effect. And the sloppier, the better, because it gives it more dimension to it.
I'm following my stitches. I like to match them up, but if they don't always match up, that's okay. So keeping my hand nice and firm. And then I'm going back in with my left hand, like stitch that hair right into my finger. Every time I go back around, I like to use my pinky to kind of like glide the hair in the direction that I want to stitch it in. And then I'll just take my nail and just feed it into my hand, just like that. Creating that curve, keeping good tension. And notice how her hair still has movement even after I've applied the neat braid.
And you can see my butterflies is starting to come through and start to affect. So the only thing is, you can also do this same technique. You don't have to do it with your nails. I only do it with my nails because, of course, stiletto. But you can also do it with a rat tail comb.
Stitching
I'm
sometimes
stealing your tail comb, okay, Dom?
Yes. Stitching sometimes make me go in the zone because I be so lasered in, locked in, trying to make sure the braid is like absolutely perfect. Even these little hairs down here. I'm like, no. All right, so I'm curving back up. Same thing I did on the opposite side, I'm doing on this side. And just kind of walking around, staying stationary so you guys can see it. So I'll come back up. I'm using my left hand, and I'm going to stitch right into my pin. Just like that. But take a little bit of hair. So at home, I do have like a braid rack. But sometimes I kind of stick to old school a little bit. I take a little piece, and then I grab the hair, and I say, can you hold this?
Yeah.
They help me out. We got to work together.
The clients are the best.
They got to work together. I had a client tell me, I don't want to help. Okay, hold your hand
We're
out.
going to take longer to get your hair.
I said, okay, hold your hand out. We got to work together. All right, so always watching my work, always looking around, making sure it line up. And even as I do so, I'm watching my tension on her hair too. Because again, I don't want to cause any harm. I don't want to make it too tight. But I do want it to be nice and even. And every time I add the braid in here, I'm going to add it to the right side.
Yes, so now you can see my butterfly effect through it.
That butterfly is fire, Ash.
Thank you. Oh, we kind of lopsided. Let's add some more hair to this one.
Yeah.
I want her to be long. We want her to have some inches to the floor. So if you need to add hair, always when you're adding hair, use smaller pieces. Because if you use too thick of a piece, you will definitely see where your started from. So always going in. You're going to use probably about, I don't know if you can see this much of hair, a smaller piece to go in, okay? Then we're just going to add it in, braid it. I'm going to add to the other side. So I have 3 pieces. Make sure you add from 1, 2, and then the third piece as well.
Okay. I finished that curve. Now the section that I already slicked down, right here, she got a lot of fuzzing at her end, so she didn't borrow my comb, so I'm gonna open up this comb. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll take some product, I'll put it on the back of the comb, and then I put majority of it on the band so I can like watch what I'm doing. And then I'll just place a little bit and then kind of rake it through. I don't want it to be too saturated because although the product is not sticky, I don't want unnecessary amount of gel on parts that I still need movement and, you know, looseness from. So now I'm just going to cross over the initial braid that I did originally. This doesn't require any more tension than you was using before. So remember I told you, however you start the braid, keep up the same tension. Anytime I add braid in here, I'm always adding it to the right side. So I'm going to slip that hair into my left hand. I'm going to keep going, keep steady. And as I'm turning, sometimes I like to rake through or making sure like most of her natural hair is underneath the braid in here. So I'll go back under.
You're so meticulous, Dawn.
Yes.
Like, so meticulous. I love it, though. I love it.
You know, sometimes it's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing, but you love it. Yeah. You love the way, you know, once you see your work, once it comes to you, like, yo, you can look back and be like, man, I love it. You know,
and you know, the reason why I say sometimes it cannot be a good thing is because you can take more time than the style actually need to take. You know, so moments like being at home help me prepare for when I need to move faster, or having those clients who like, oh, I got time today, you know, like I utilize those appointments very much. Those are the appointments where I like to say
freestyle and let me do what I can do. Like, let me take my time.
Because people ask me all the time, or even now, if I stop and I'm talking or, you know, running around, or I go grab something, then I can easily pick back up.
Yeah.
And get right back in there and just keep going. But that's because I started with a good amount of tension, not tightness, good tension and firmness. So I can just pick back up and just continue on. So same motion.
Now y'all ladies know when y'all hair is to the floor, we down here braiding, folding, here Indian style, crisscross, applesauce, trying to get these things to the floor and to your knees. Okay. So don't mind me down here.
As braiders, I would probably say we don't do the best job practicing like good body ergonomics. It's hard.
But I do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I always try to educate people and tell them like, use the chair, tell the model to hold their head down. You know, tell your client like, hey, can you hold your head up? Don't be doing all like this if you don't have to do that.
And don't have your phone in your hands. Hold this, please.
Sometimes I
be like this.
Put that phone down.
Like, take your phone and put it up. Come on, I'm trying to do your hair.
Yes.
Your hair is more important.
Yes.
And I'm up here trying to. No.
It's been times I was braiding and I'm trying to mold, but they looking down, so the mold is on their forehead now. And I'm like, oh, sorry about that. I'm rubbing it in.
Trying to get the job done.
Yeah, trying to get the job done, you know. All right, so I'm making my way back up. And I'm starting to feel that I don't have enough braided hair. I want you to like just visually see how it's a little thin right here. It's a lot right here, and it's a little. You see my sections is awesome. So now I'm going to go in with more braiding hair. Always to the right side. It's just easier for me to do it that way. Uh-oh. I got it. Use my knees. Okay. But if you are left-handed, or if you feel like it's easier for you to, you know, feed in the hair to the left side, do what way works for you. I'm just sharing my method, my technique. If it don't apply, let it fly. If it's something you feel like it's useful, absolutely take it in. Make it your own, you know. So I'll add that hair in. Keep it nice and firm. And then I'll add some neat braid to the ends of her hair like I did before. But just so I can make sure everything is nice and even. And as I stated, her end result will be a bun, so I don't have to make sure like the hair is super full. I just want it to be even enough so that way if I take that braid, all of the hair together, it's all even, you know. So a little bit more. Again, take that comb. I will have some on the band, but put it on the band. and just add it to the tips wherever you feel like it's frizzing out, and then just rake it through. And I want you to look at her scalp as I'm braiding and notice how it's not white, it's not red, which means that she don't have a lot of tension on her scalp. You're going to get some because that's how it is braiding, but you always want to check and make sure that they're okay. Let the products work with you, not against you. And then you just kind of keep going, cleaning up. It's repetition, really, Same method when you're stitching left to right, and then when you're braiding, apply the product and just go all the way back up. So I'm going to just braid past where her natural hair stops, and then I'm going to let it go.
So I'm pretty much almost finished with when I'm done with my braid. I'm just going to go back through it just because, I just want to reintegrate these butterflies to get it a more dramatic look. I like my butterflies to be fluffed. So where it seems like it's about to fly away, for real.
So I'll just take the hair and just wrap it around. Not too tight, but just so it's out the way. So yeah, that's my first. And what I did to this side, I'm gonna do to this side. So.
And a butterfly look is supposed to be messy. It's a messy like French braid, basically.
You fighting for your life with the hair. You okay up here? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Lacey.
You guys
and we got our butterflies to go with our butterfly braids.
No questions is good. That means we're covering everything.
I love it.
All right, so same thing. I take the comb and I just follow the part.
Yes, you saw these braids giving me a hard time. That's the only thing with this using caniculon, braid and synthetic hair. Like if you use human hair, you'll get through this much quicker, but hey, y'all get the vision.
Guys, they have about 10 minutes left, so now is the time to ask any questions. You have a question?
We love questions.
Oh, they said we've been asking.
Yeah, they've been doing good. I told them. See, once it's solid, that means we covering
They
everything.
had a lot of questions, but you know what?
We gave them a lot of information already, so that's good educating right there, right, Ash?
They want to know where they can get the products.
Oh, we could get the products right here at the show. We have show deals, and you can buy them right here at the front desk if you go over and
I had to look and see which way I was standing because I was about to say to the right. And this neat braid is $10, but you can also do the 3 for $25, mix and match, try different things out.
And also, when you buy the products here, you have show deals. They have a bunch of different products. All the products are here on the floor. So when you go out into the real world or to beauty supply stores, they don't have all the products. So some of the things that you want, that you might see that's here today, you won't get it out there.
The stylist exclusive.
Whoa. And I'm also going to leave my Stiffits. This Stiffits does not have alcohol in there at all. So, but it does lay the hair really nice. It doesn't have no buildup. It doesn't make it it doesn't have like a white residue or anything. So when you do use it, it's a good finishing product, especially if you're using it with locks as well. I have a client, one of my coworkers, she loves this. This is her. She already made me go into this one with the honey as well.
Yeah. And we also got 2 different kind of Stiffix. So we got a workable one, and then we got an extreme hold one. So if you feel like you need something with more firmness, more hold, this is the natural version of what would be your pump it up. That got to be left at the store. Let's go ahead and get the Stiffix that we got from PureO.
And when they says workable, you are actually able to spritz the hair. Well, use the their spritz the hair and still be able to work and manage while you're still creating your style.
Absolutely. I love it. The best brand to not only be able to use, but also to work for. All right, y'all.
How you doing, Dom?
I'm doing good, girl. I'm over here slaying down.
Yes, you are. Like always.
Keep my composure because I really want that butterfly braid, but I'm a bald head, so we gonna figure something out when we get off the stage.
We can lace it.
I mean,
we can lace it.
you could braid me.
We can lace
You
it. We
could
can get
braid
it
me.
done.
Yeah, you could braid me.
We could definitely get that
You
done.
don't turn me away and say I need 4 inches. What could I use to grow my hair though? Follicle growth, maybe, huh?
Yeah, follicle growth.
Follicle growth, a little
Some
bit.
drops.
Give me some hydration. It might be a little dry. Is it dry? It look dry.
And use the steamer. Well,
Okay. All right, y'all. We only got a couple more minutes left, but I'm gonna just do a 360 so you can see everything. So I put that heart in the back, crossed it over. Oh, also another helpful tip. No, that's okay. Leave it, darling. Sanitation.
I'm on the rest of
Borrow
my butterfly.
this really quickly. So a lot of times, like when I stitch, and let's say I stitch, but it's buckling, or maybe that stitch didn't go all the way in, I like to take the comb and just follow where I stitch and just push it into the braid, just like that. So you'll still have definition in a part. So I would say, like, as long as you keeping your hands steady, keeping the braid firm, don't worry about like, oh, this stitch didn't lay right, because you could just take it and just slick it back in. You know, when you braid, you will have movement. So that's why it's so important to keep your hands steady. But just take the end of the comb and just slick it back in and turn for them slowly so they can see. Yes, darling. Yeah.
Yes, slaying it all the time. I like how you already did your partings and pre-parted everything out. So when you do go back through it, you know exactly where to hit it.
I try to do a little something, do a little razzle dazzle. I know how to do a little something. But okay, y'all. I hope you guys learned a lot. You enjoyed. Again, I am Braids by Dominique. I'm a Chicago-based stylist. And yeah, I hope you guys really loved it. Get some products. This is the last day while supplies still last. If you decide you don't want to get the products today or you want to ship it, we will ship it. You can also visit our website, PureONaturalProducts.com. You want mine?
And my name is Ash. Thank you guys for joining us.
You got a model.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Ash.
Go ahead.
You good. Go.
Thank you guys so much. Oh, my butterfly is locked, but hey, it's still cute. Anyways, my name is Ash. I'm based out of Fort Lauderdale. Thank you guys for joining us today. If you have any questions, if y'all please buy your products and everything before you get out. Also, there's a raffle. If you buy $50 worth of products, you are able to enter the raffle. Alrighty.
Hooray!
Give it up for Miss Ash and Dominique.